This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about CJ Gardner Johnson. He still have hope in this team. Also, Hassan Reddick is not coming to save the day. Lastly, the tackling was horrendous. But let's get straight into it. All right, man. So let's hop straight into it. CJ Gardner Johnson, yes, he actually got on live on Twitch, and he didn't really address the Slay thing. More than likely, him and Slay probably talked behind the scenes, but he did address the team poor performance, and this is what he had to say.
Saying what's going on right now. It's early. We got our first 4 games out the way. We're not gonna tune into the media. We're not gonna take no. We're gonna take the shots to the chin, and we're gonna continue to get better. So if anybody want clickbait, that's your clickbait. Kudos and credits to a great team. They beat us. So that's one of those things that, as a person, gotta take on the chin. All right, Pretender, Juice Gaming. Can you please get him going? We'll take no slander on the team, because at the end of the day, it's a football game. Things happen. We will overcome. It's okay. It's early on. It's week 4. We're just grateful to still be here, healthy, not hurt, no injuries. So let's continue to grow this Twitch community. We're gonna it's still Mambo season, still Mambo season, still Mambo season with the snake, in between, still Mambo season. So if you don't know football, don't come here talking about ball. If you do know football, you state a logical statement. We'll read it, but we might not listen to it. But right now, we focus on playing GTA. Might play a little 2K, have a little fun. So if you know ball, you know ball. Cap the stepper.
He still have hope. What he's supposed to say? No injuries. That's a good point. The first quarter of the season is over. You're going to the bye. And there's some things you got to clean up, and there's some things you got to do. But what I'm really happy about, as I make this video, he could be addressing it. I'm happy he left the Slate thing alone. He kept that, in-house. It is what it is. And you heard him. Like, he said, clickbait this in the beginning or whatever. But you heard him. Like, he hear the media taking shots or whatever, but he gonna stay cool. To me, that was a light jab. I think that was a light jab at Slay and what Micah and the media is saying, but he switched it back, talking about the team. But that's my opinion on everything he's saying. But again, that's how he's supposed to feel, and that's how you approach stuff. Come on, Slay. Come on, man. Shout out to CJ Gardner Johnson again. Keeping his composure. He can go off, go on a Twitter rant, go on a live rant, whatever. He let it be. Just let it fly off his shoulder. But trust me, some things was probably said behind the scenes. All right, so let's talk about this horrendous tackling. Horrendous tackling. What we missed about 16 tackles, and the Kobe Dean had 5 by himself. And I seen things, and I'm like, that's why I'm not a fan of the Kobe Dean anymore. That's why I'm not a fan of him really like that anymore, because he just looked too small out there. He looked too small. Coverage, he looked bad. And if his tackling not working and him sniffing out the plays, he's pretty much useless. It's pretty much useless, man. And it just been a bad tackling fest. You go from looking at the Saints game like, wow, this defense probably has some potential. We're gonna really need them to beat the Bucks, and can they do it? And unfortunately, they couldn't do it. Now I get it. I criticized the pass rush, but Baker Mayfield was getting the ball out of his hands so quick. He took advantage of that quote unquote cushion. But the problem is that I want to go in on Vic Fangio. And I know a lot of you guys are saying Vic Fangio's schemes suck, and I definitely agree. But I can't blame Vic Fangio for missed tackles. I just simply can't do it. Like the Maddox thing. If Maddox made the tackle right there, well, that's at most should have been a 2 yard gain. If Maddox just wrap him up, but Maddox dived at his shoestrings and the guy took it for 28 yards. Like the Reed Blankenship just missed. Well, not missed. He basically got ran over by Baker Mayfield. Like, how do you blame that on Vic Fangio? How can you blame effort by the team on Vic Fangio? I'm sorry, I just can't. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of Vic Fangio defense. It's just that effort and the player personnel out there. Like, what's going on? I said this in my last video, and Rex Ryan said this. And I heard my guy Tone say this on Chalk It Up Sports. These guys are just playing like independent contractors. They're not playing as a team. We seen that last year, and it's starting to flutter in right now. The only guy I really see talk about like team is CJ Johnson. To be honest, everybody talk about their individual thing or what they have to get better or whatever. But CJ Johnson talk like this is a team. And I don't really hear that from nobody else. Yes, do CJ Johnson got his problems with missing tackles and then coverage? Absolutely. There was a part of the video I wanted to get when he was live, and he was saying, like, man, I gotta play better, man. He admitted he playing like shit. I don't have to say that. He knows that and he will say it. He said it. He looked bad. And that's just the God honest truth. He looked bad, and I believe he will fix it. Let's not go crazy about it. I believe CJ Johnson will fix the woes that he's gone through. And the Kobe Dean, I just don't know. Bryce Huff and Nolan Smith just simply can't get pressures. I think for the season, out of 4 games, they combined for 6 pressures. Both of them. And BG alone has 8 pressures. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Devontae Maddox hitting like a softie. Like he shouldn't be on the field at all. Like he literally, like, no bullshit, he literally looked like he's scared to tackle. And I hate to say that about an NFL player, who's been doing this their whole life, grinded to get to the league. But man, your nickel got to know how to hit, because basically your nickel is like an extension of your linebackers. They are. And if your nickel is sort of soft or not the best hitter, that's a liability. And I do feel bad for Avonte Maddox. I was seeing this float around on Twitter. It's like, man, I had some great memories of Avonte Maddox. Now I'm going to be left with a sour taste in my mouth like, man, I just want him gone now. I just want him gone. Like, I'm with y'all now. Get Cooper DeJean a shot. Get somebody else a shot. As Avonte Maddox look like shit. Ass. All that stuff. All that shit bag. He just look bad, man. It's just simple as that. I hate to throw just attacks like that, but y'all see it. I see it. The numbers show it. I just praised them about having good numbers. And I'm like, yo, they might go after Avonte Maddox in the Bucks game. And that's exactly what they did. Then it just spiraled off to our whole defense, just missing tackles, lack of effort. Then we blaming the Heat. It's the NFL. That other team played in the Heat too. Why they wasn't missing tackles? Why wasn't there lack of effort on their defense? Shoot, I wish it was. So it could have just been, a high scoring game. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't no problem for them. Why is it a problem for us? And most of y'all, to be honest, are from the South. Let's be honest. So tackling was horrendous. And guess what? Hassan Reddick is not coming to save the day, y'all. You know why? I think there was some trade talks of trading Hassan Reddick back to the Philadelphia Eagles. And according to the NFL rules, that can't happen. The only way we'll be able to get Hassan Reddick back if the Jets completely cut him. And I don't think that's going to happen. Not a chance that's going to happen. They just going to cut Hassan Reddick and let him walk. They'll hold him for the whole year and just let him walk that way before they just cut him mid-season. I would be shocked if that happened. Let's say it's literally nobody that want to pay him, and they just like, well, we just lost a third round pick charity to the Philadelphia Eagles, so I don't know what's going to happen with the Hassan Reddick. But what I do know, he better not get traded to like the Cowboys or any of that. Hell no, Jets better not do us like that. But guess that's all I got for you guys today. Kind of a short one. I mean, there wasn't really much to talk about or go into. We'll probably talk about Bryce Huff a little more tomorrow. There's some things I think the coaching staff might be feeling Bryce Huff, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm up.